What are the five senses? The five senses are hearing, sight, touch, smell, and taste. Sense of hearing. How do we hear sound? We hear sound by sound waves. Sound waves are vibrations in the air around you. When something creates a disturbance in the air, waves travel away from the disturbance. Sound waves travel really fast. They travel at about 1,200 kilometers per hour. The ear is divided into three parts: the outer ear, the middle ear, and the inner ear. The outer ear is the part you can see. It's made of a rubbery substance called cartilage, and it bridges sound waves into the middle ear. The sound waves travel down the auditory canal and hits the tympanic membrane and or eardrum. The vibrations of sound makes your eardrum vibrate. The ear contains the smallest bones in your body. Those bones are called the hammer, the sternum, and the anvil. These three bones work together so you can hear. First, the eardrum vibrations are transferred to the hammer, which begins to move back and forth really fast. Then the hammer bounces against the anvil, which passes the momentum to the sternum, creating vibrations in the inner ear. The inner ear is connected to nerve fibers that carry the signals to your brain. The brain turns the signal into sound. So that's how we hear sound. Sense of sight. How are we able to see? Light moves in a straight line unless something reflects it or bends it. When light hits an object, it bounces off and is reflected to your eyes. Your eyes have its own light bending parts called the lens and cornea. The cornea is the outermost layer of the eye. It collects all the light that bounces off objects and focuses it through a small hole. The small hole is called the pupil, which is the black spot that's in the center of the eye. The color part of the eye opens and closes the pupil depending on how much light there is. If it's dark, the pupil will open wide to let in as much light as possible. Behind the pupil is the lens, which focuses light to the back of the eyeball. The lens is clear and curved. It can change its shape depending on what you're trying to focus on. It acts like the lens of a camera. Then the back of the eye is coated with a special type of tissue called the retina. The tissues are covered in photoreceptive nerve cells. There are two kinds of photoreceptive on the retina: cones and rods. Rods are sensitive to light. Cones are less light sensitive. Cones detect color. The lens projects an image to the retina, where the rod and cones transform the light and color into electrical impulses. These are transmitted up your optic nerve and into your brain. Then your brain decodes the image you see. That's how we see. Sense of touch. How do we feel? Sense of touch is very different from the other senses. You experience touch all over your body. Vision, hearing, smelling, and tasting are confined to your eyes, ears, nose, and tongue. But you can feel touch or tactile sensations everywhere. Touch begins at tiny nerve endings in the bottom of the skin, which sends information to the spinal cord, then your brain. Not all parts of your body experience touch equally. Hand, face, tongue, and feet have way more nerve endings than other parts of your body. So that's how we have the sense of touch. Sense of smell. How does smell work? Human scent organs are made up of olfactory cells. They can detect 10,000 different odors. When you sniff molecules of whatever you're smelling, it floats up into your nose and dissolves on the surface of your olfactory membrane. Olfactory membrane is a special kind of skin with little hairs on it. Hairs called cilia, and they contain chemical receptors. When a molecule hits the hairs, they send a signal through a nerve to your olfactory bulb. The olfactory bulb is an extension to the brain that interprets different kinds of odors. One smell cell is in your nose can distinguish between hundreds of different kinds of smells. That's how we smell. Sense of taste. How do we taste? The tongue is covered with little bumps called papillae. These bumps hold your taste buds. Your taste buds help you taste things. Here's how it works. All over your mouth you have salivary glands. When you see or smell food, this produces saliva, also called spit. When you eat, your teeth chew up food into tiny bits. Certain proteins in the saliva go to work on these tiny bits, breaking them down into their component chemicals. The saliva then seeps back down into your taste buds, carrying with it the dissolved chemicals from the food. When your saliva enters the taste buds get these chemicals, then send a signal to the brain and let you know what you just ate and how it tastes. Most taste buds can only detect one type of taste. Receptors of different tastes are distributed all over the mouth. The tastes we commonly know are salty, sweet, sour, and bitter. Other factors contribute to how it tastes, how it smells, and how it feels in your mouth, and even how it looks. Scientists don't really know exactly why humans have developed such wildly different taste preferences. This is how we taste.